Welcome back then, you FM legends. Here we are, back with our save, Sheffield Wednesday. We're now in our third season in the Premier League. We've done really well. First season just stayed up in 16th place, I believe it was. And then we've had a 12th place finish last year. And I was hoping that I was going to be able to work a bit of my magic in the summer, get some good signings in and really push this club towards some European football. That would be fantastic for Sheffield Wednesday and just keep us progressive. So here's our first two signings. Came in really early, so they're still showing in last year's budget. But here we go. Ashley Phillips, centre back from Blackburn, 6'5", only 21 years old, cost us £14.5 million. But I think he's like future England material. Looks absolute quality, does this lad. Definitely going to be a starter for us and throw him straight in there. And on that right hand side, I wanted to strengthen there. Didn't really have anyone who fit that role for us last year, and we were swapping in and out. Some people did well for us over a period of time, then sort of dwindled out towards the end and didn't really get any consistency. But this year we've brought in Dennis Jengar. Love his name as well. Absolute quality. Norwegian lad, 22 years old. He's actually coming on loan from Inter Milan because I'm not 100% convinced by him, but I think he's going to do well, and we do have an option to buy him for, I think it's 4.1 million. Scout reports came in showing me this lad, Thomas Goffey, coming in from Argentina, I believe we signed him from. And yeah, look at those stats, that ability is just unbelievable. And when he's got a minimum free release clause of 5.25, I just, even if we didn't need him, and he's not going to be a permanent starter for us straight away, because some of these young lads, when they're so young, need a bit of time to bed in, even though the stats are brilliant. And this lad, I think, is one of them where we'll keep dropping him in and out throughout the season and try and get the best out of him, but you're probably going to see him like next year really kick on. And here's my favourite signing. He's been with us on loan so many times, but he's been out of our budget. We haven't been able to bring him in before due to his value. But here he is, and our new captain for the club, Eyup Aydin, has come in from Bayern Munich. We bought him £10 million up front, I believe it is, and 13.75 with instalments. Also saw this lad on a free transfer, wanted to strengthen. Good backup for the squad, and he'll come straight in as backup for Aiden if he's not fit. But here he is, Ali Musrati. He's 30 years old, 6'4", got good mental stats. Really pleased with this lad to pick up on a free transfer, and to be honest, at the age of 30, even if he comes in and just does one season for us, similar to what we've done with Granit Xhaka, because we have moved him on, just come in with his experience, do a job for us. He's worth 42 to 46 million pounds. If he even plays a few games for us, comes in, and then we move him on and, you know, look to bring in another youngster to keep moving this club forward, a lot of profit can be made from him. So pleased with that. Another free signing, Beto, has come in from Udinese, can play in that pressing forward role we've got, but also in a shadow striker, which I think he'll likely do behind Lorenzo Luca for most of the season. But yeah, really pleased with him. 28 years old, 6'4", very good stats. Very pleased with this signing, especially due to the fact, again, it's on a free. If it doesn't work out, we're going to make good profit on him. And tapping into that Bayern Munich market again, we've got a lot of good youngsters, and here's another. Senko Nakili has come in, but I've sent him straight out on loan. He's only 20 years old. We've picked him up for £2.1 million. But he's another defensive midfielder, and I think with the two we've got, if we send this lad out on loan for a season, let him continue to develop, then we could maybe just sell Musrati next season, make a good bit of profit, and this lad should then be ready to come in. And moving out then, we've had a young lad go to Cardiff on a free transfer. He wasn't much cop, I wasn't really bothered about that, he's gone. Granit Xhaka's 33, came in, did a good job for us for a season, but he just got booked practically every single game. I think it was something like 13 yellow cards and 4 red cards in the season. I just felt that I'd probably try and move him on. Didn't actually transfer list him, but I think Basel came in for him in Switzerland and they offered me peanuts for him, and I rejected it. And then he said he wanted to leave, wasn't happy that I rejected it, so then I said I was open to sell him for a certain fee, and Sporting Lisbon came in and made that. Luke Wolfenden said he was going to see his contract out. Lost money on him because we bought him for about 3 point something, but he's left for 500,000. Might as well get something rather than nothing, since he's going to be leaving on a free. Kick Pieri, same reason, he's gone. 650k, he's gone back to Holland. And wanted to see his contract out, got some more money in. Marvin Cooney was one of our first signings that we signed coming into the Premier League when we had such a small squad. Was never really going to make it for us, but came as a filler. He's left for 150,000. Anderin, was quite happy to move him on with the signing of Goffey. Didn't really need him anymore. He's gone and he's left for 2.7 and gone to Greece. Ricardo Nani, good youngster coming through. I think he could be one for the future. He's only 19 years old, but he's gone back out on loan to keep that experience going. Carlo Vicenzi, another good young lad. Very pleased with this lad and his development. I think he will also be a first teamer in future, but he's gone out on loan as well. Carlos Durter, tried to move him on, couldn't get anyone to buy him even for £1 million, so decided we'll just send him out on loan and try and shift him again next season. Marco Pettini, he's also gone out on loan, but he's gone to Plymouth, but they've got an obligation to buy him for £15 million in the summer, so he'll be leaving us. Then Akili, who I already told you about, he's gone straight out on loan to Stoke. They're paying his wages, he'll get that first team football and good experience in England. So that's it then in terms of the initial signings that I've made come the 4th of August. And this year the bookies again don't really fancy us, think we'll just stay up. But I'm hoping that we can get that European football. Even if we finish top 10, I'll be really pleased. But I'm really confident with this squad and that they're very young and they've had a good season together, and this year we'll push on. Push on is exactly what we've done. Look at this, 26 games in, we're now on the 3rd of February and we're currently sitting 3 points clear at the top of the league. I did not think this was going to happen. I'm so shocked. Like, going on to win it, really doubt it. To even be up there in Champions League places is just phenomenal. We have been absolutely brilliant. But let me show you the additions that have come in. So Nakili was the last person that came in, but in August we did bring in another left back. We brought in this lad Guindo. He came in from Salzburg. He's 24 years old, can also play centre back, but £7.5 million up front and another 7.5 million after 50 games, I believe it is. So really pleased with that deal. I also brought in Evan Ferguson on loan with an obligation sorry, not an obligation to buy, just an option for us to buy for about £30 million, I think it was, that we can pick him up for. But yeah, we've brought him in, and the reason why I brought him in is because Arsenal bid for Luca and it upset him. He wanted out, and I completely forgot he does have a release clause of about £43 million. So he's also got links to like Paris Saint-Germain and a few other clubs, so I just felt it's a matter of time. And if he does get picked on like deadline day or something, I don't want to be in trouble. So I saw that Evan Ferguson was on the loan market and we've brought him in just in case. So in terms of outs then, in that initial window, Seko Fofana left us. I was offered £30 million for him, for a 31-year-old. I just felt like I didn't really need him. I brought in Beto and I brought in Goffey, and Arda was doing really well, who we brought in last year. So for £30 million for a player we brought in on a free transfer at 31 years of age, off he went, and he's joined Bournemouth in the Championship. Busquets has gone out on loan, he's gone to Rotherham. He wasn't going to play with the two defensive midfielders we had, and I was trying to keep that bond together with the lads and didn't want people upsetting it, so he went out on loan, couldn't get rid of him. Ibrahimovic, come January, wanted to go out on loan. So did Bright Arayembi, he wanted out. Fozan Farras in January wanted to leave. We picked up £22 million for him and he's joined Palace. Stephen Welsh wanted first team football, but the two centre backs are doing too good. I can't offer him what he wanted, and he then said he'd see his contract out. So due to that, I thought let's just get some money for him. £6.5 million, he's also gone to Palace. Matt Travers wanted to play first team football. very frustrating when you bring a goalkeeper in and he knows full well that he's the backup, but no, he wanted first team football, so we've had to sell him, and he's gone for 500,000 to Norwich. Nathan Ferguson was saying that he was going to see his contract out, so again I listed him, try and get some money for him. We got £5 million and he's gone to that Greece as well, I think, or I'm not sure, Aris anyway, he's gone there. Gyökeres wasn't playing, too many people in front of him doing far too well for him to start games, and he went to Mexico. A young lad, Kian Spratt, left. I was offered a couple of 100,000 or something for him, so he's left. And Lorenzo Luca did leave in January. They didn't meet his release clause, but it was inevitable. But they offered me 40 million up front, and then after a few games, I think it was about 20 games, we'll get another 6.5, which pushed him over what we'd have got. His 43 million his release clause, so I just accepted it because he was sulking and wasn't performing as well as he did last year. So then we had a bit of money to spend, and I just wanted to flesh out the squad. We needed to bring in a few defenders due to losing Nathan Ferguson, and that's why we signed, tapping into that bargains that you can pick up from Serbia, Igor Lukic. He's only 19 years old, 6'3". We've bought him in, £10 million we paid for him. He's already worth 60 to 70 million. Definitely going to be one for the future, but we'll probably look to just give him a few games as we've progressed so far, with having two brilliant centre backs that we've got. Young goalkeeper who would come up on our scouts, 18 years old. He was at Rochdale. Loads of clubs were going in for him. I think Man United, Man City were all met his release clause, but he's chosen to come to us. It was only 275,000, and I've loaned him straight back to Rochdale. But one for the future, 18 years old, looks a decent keeper. And here's our backup for Nathan Ferguson, who left. We got £5 million for him, and replaced him with this lad. Needed to sort out the backup goalkeeper, and while I was doing my searching in Serbia for some cheap defenders to bring in as backups and young lads for the future, I came across this lad. Absolutely brilliant, 6'3", 19 years old, Ivan Stojanovic, and wow, he's definitely going to be a very, very good goalkeeper. He's come in as our second choice keeper at the moment, but he's definitely going to push for number one in future. And you won't even believe the fee, absolute bargain, £1.7 million. I think he had a minimum fee release clause as well, so I met that. And then finally we lost Luca, couldn't really find another striker. We had Beto who could play up front, and we have Evan Ferguson, so I looked for the shadow strikers as well, in that attacking midfielder role, see if we could strengthen, and I found Valentin Carboni, who I picked up for £13 million from Inter Milan, and again, similar to Goffey, he's 21 years old, very young, but look at him, he's going to be absolutely brilliant for us going forward. Take some time for him to bed in, but again, next season, he's going to be superb for us, I can tell. So as we look at this table then, and we're top of the league in January, we've only lost 3 games, which has been just crazy really. And that has been a 5-1 drumming at Anfield. We lost 3-1 to Brighton Munich, who just always seem to turn me over, and a 1-0 loss against Newcastle. We've had 6 draws, which have been a 0-0 away at Old Trafford, 1-1 at Everton, 1-1 at Arsenal, a 0-0 with Middlesbrough, 1-1 with Southampton, and a 0-0 with Watford. And then we've had those 17 wins, which have just been brilliant really. We've just been so good this year, picking up wins against Chelsea 4-2. We've got the away win against Tottenham. We beat Man United at home. We beat Man City 4-1 at home. Yeah, just really, really good. The one thing is though, is like no one's bagging a lot of goals for us, but we're a lot more defensively solid. Rikemle has been absolutely fantastic on that left hand side, and I don't know if you remember from last episode, I was saying that I wanted to convert him to that side because he's more naturally a left back, and it's really paid off. He played about 10 games for us last year in that position, and then he's pretty much been our starter this year, and he's got 10 assists from that side. Our goalkeeper Kasper Tobias is up there as well with 12 clean sheets out of 26 games. He's done really well. Aiden's been fantastic in midfield, who is our new captain, and this is pretty much what the setup's been for us, and everybody has been doing really well. As you can see with the average ratings there down the left hand side, everyone's done well and everyone's been chipping in, but not many goals, and I don't think Luca scored that many for us either. So Lorenzo Luca scored 12 goals for us in 25 games before he left and went to Arsenal for that 40 million fee, and that'll rise to 46 once he makes 20 appearances for him, but he's only just left and gone to Arsenal. And in the AFL Cup, we got to the quarterfinals last year, but this year we're straight out. Everton knocked us out, drew 2-2 and then lost on penalties. And in the FA Cup so far, we've only had a third round tie, which we drew 1-1 away at Aston Villa, but then beat them 1-0 in the replay at home, and we've got Fulham in the fourth round. But we jump forward now, and here we are, and here is the rest of the FA Cup. We did go on and knock out Fulham after beating them 3-1. 2 goals from Beto and a Shearer-Dor goal saw them off. We then had Blackburn in the 5th round, where we were 0-0, went to extra time. Ashley Phillips and Arda Güler scoring to take us into the quarterfinals, where we faced Burnley and saw them off, beating them 2-1 with 2 early goals from Norton Cuffey and Evan Ferguson. But then Johannesson got himself sent off, and Danny Ceballos pulled one back for Burnley, but wasn't quite enough, and saw us go into the semis, where we drew Liverpool. And what a fantastic game this was, beating Liverpool 3-2 at Anfield. Jenga, Carboni, and a late goal at 90 plus 1 minutes header from Sam Curtis took us to our second FA Cup final of this series with Sheffield Wednesday. Last time it was in our first season, where we were in League One and we faced Manchester United and obviously got beat. But this time I really fancy our chances, but we are taking on a very good West Ham side, but we are favourites to win that one. But how are we looking in the Premier League? Well, here we are. After 37 games, we're still top of the league. This is unbelievable. We're fully doing like a Leicester here. We've only lost 6 games this year, and we've just managed to just keep going. And there was one point, which was literally just about a week ago, when Manchester United actually overtook us due to a little bit of dip in form for us, but not that much of a dip, but you know what I mean. And they pushed us to the limit. But one thing that went in our favour massively was this. Manchester United had a game in hand. We just won again. We'd gone above them, but they had a game in hand. And when I checked who that game in hand was, it was Manchester City, and I thought if anyone is going to be able to do them and help us out, it will be Manchester City, and it was. An Ishak hat-trick sorted them out and has given us full advantage going into our last game of the season, where it's all in our hands. All we need to do, well, I say all we need to do, we need to get 3 points. We pick up the 3 points and we are Premier League champions in our 3rd year in the Premier League, after finishing 16th and 12th. This is just absolutely unreal. We've built such a good young side here. I'm absolutely loving this save. Never dreamt of thinking that we would be close to winning the league at this stage. I wanted European football as sort of like a bit of a personal target, but realistically a top 10 finish would have still been us progressing really well. So this will be the team that we go with. We'll go with Beto up top, Arda and Carboni behind him, Rikemle and Jenga on the wings, Aiden in midfield holding that for us, Fjortov Lovic, Cittadini, Phillips and Norton Cuffey at the back, with Tobias in goal. Now, as you can see, Phillips has been a man mountain at the back. He's been brilliant for us, a great addition, does really well at the back with Cittadini, and he's picked up 7 goals for us this year because he's just so good at corners. He's a big unit and he gets on things for us. Arda Güler's picked up 9 goals We've had 12 from Beto, and Evan Ferguson's got 11 for us, and there's just been everybody else chipping in all round, and it's more been about how defensively solid we've been. So here we go, all in our hands now, just need to do our job. But Middlesbrough come forward, we've nicked the ball off him, bringing it into Beto, comes down this left hand side with Kemley, Piotr Lovic coming down this left hand side, he finds Norton Cuffy, but Matson heads the ball out. Aiden to Cuffy, Aiden again to Lovic, and we've been pipped in midfield, and Middlesbrough come charging forward with Sessegnon on this left hand side. Can Norton Cuffy get back? He can't, but that's deflected up into the hands of Tobias, who's been solid for us this season. Hackney, Kessler Hayden, Cittadini, Lovic, Kemley, Harder, Aiden, into Carboni, who finds a good ball to Beto. Can he get his shot off or get the ball in the box? He can in the box, and we've done it! Come on! It's an own goal, but well done Beto. Beats his man, puts it across the goal, and Ardagula was just there to tap it in for us. But the defender has put it in, done us a favour, and that has given us advantage. Then we could be Premier League champions. This is just unreal, isn't it? To think that we're going to be Premier League champions if this continues. Phillips, Cittadini. The fans will be absolutely loving it. The away fans that have travelled up to Middlesbrough can witness us lifting the Premier League trophy, because at this stage we're doing our job and there's just nothing Manchester United can do to affect us winning the Premier League. Kemley, Aiden, Fjotov-Lovic, Aiden, well done. Down this left hand side, puts the ball in, Jenga heads it against the bar. Playing out from the back. Wednesday do really well breaking that press from Middlesbrough. Kemley, he's overrun it though. Hackney, Traore out wide to Jones. He get the ball in the box, doing really well to close it down at the moment, but Jones is in, pulls it back, great save. Sessegnon, it's 2-1. Approaching half time then, leading 2-1. Let's get him in. No changes yet, we'll continue as we are. Aiden, Carboni, giving it away to Hackney. Jones, Fjotov, well done. Don't lose it. Keeps the ball well. Cittadini. Beto, Aiden goes wide. Jenga, can he find a forward pass? Gives it to Aiden. Beto, lovely football by Wednesday. Ardagula, think, oh, Fjotov, put it in. Corner. Arda with the corner, puts it in. Cittadini wins his header, deflected and cleared. Keeper did well there with Kemley, using his pace. Ball in the box. Jenga's gone down. No penalty though. Phillips, Captain Aiden has been caught on it. He brought his man down and he looks like he's going to get a yellow card, or he's going to get away with just a bollocking. Middlesbrough coming forward again, but Wednesday have picked that up. Jenga pops it into Aiden. Carboni finds Arda this time. Great football again from Wednesday. Lovely football. Go on, Beto. In. Come on. Referee, give over. He looked miles on. Yes. This was beautiful football. Playing it around. I tell you what about the beautiful football as well. We might be winning, but one thing the board are not happy about is I want us to play direct football, and we play and knock it around lovely. But luckily, obviously they are pleased that we're we're winning. It's just one of the things that comes up on the reviews that I'm never achieving. I've tried to get it off there, but they're not having it. They want us to continue playing direct, but I'm just ignoring them. Sessignon down this left hand side, takes on his man, charges into the box, high cross to the far post, pulled back, deflected. They've hit the bar. Phillips head's clear, Arda head's clear, Carboni head's clear, and that's the end of that highlight. A bit of head tennis there. Arda looks to have taken a knock, and we'll look to bring him off. I'm going to bring on Evan Ferguson. We'll drop Beto in, move Carboni over, and we'll bring on Sam Curtis at right back. Matson. Curtis does well. He's got in the box, headed clear by Fjortov. Beto's up, heads it to Ferguson. Jenga. Phillips to Jenga again. Clips it wide. What a lovely ball to Rick Emley. Carboni, Evan Ferguson, here he is. Super sub. That is a finish and a half. Get in there. 4-1. We are bloody Premier League champions. I can't believe it. Carboni, and what a finish. It's so good off the bench, Ferguson. We did have an option to buy Ferguson. I think it was about 35 million, but since we've had him on loan, his value has actually dropped. I think I've bid 25 million and I've accepted it, so he will be coming in for us. But look at this. Take this in. Wow. This could be one of my biggest achievements since playing Football Manager, of winning it so early. Third season, Sheffield Wednesday, 16th place, 12th place last year, and then we've gone and won it, and we've got such a young squad. I didn't think they were ready, but I thought we might get European football with how good of a potential some of them have got, and this is just absolutely fantastic. Premier League champions. It didn't matter anyway, but Manchester United did do their job, beating Sheffield United 1-0 with a Garnacho goal, which has relegated them. Sheffield Wednesday have won the Premier League, and Sheffield United have been relegated. Now that does not get any better for Sheffield Wednesday fans. Absolutely perfect season for us, but our dream is not quite over, because we could do the double. We've now got our cup final, our FA Cup final against West Ham, who finished 7th in the Premier League, but they are a good side. Let's hope we turn up and get ourselves another trophy. So a couple of changes going into the cup final. We are going to start Sam Curtis at right back, and Guindo is going to come in and play at left back. Beto's dropped into the shadow striker role, and Ferguson's going to get a start. That's because Ardagula has picked up an injury from that last game we played, and he is unavailable for us. But still a very strong team, and hopefully we can lift the FA Cup and do the double. We've got the first highlight, aiding with the corner. Phillips is up, but doesn't get on it this time. Very good on corners is Ashley Phillips. Curtis, Jenga, great ball to Ferguson, but headed clear again. Back to Jenga. Beto, great strike. Ooh. 4 minutes in, and Beto has fired that one into the top corner, and Sheffield Wednesday 1, West Ham 0. And this is a very, very special Sheffield Wednesday side. So pleased I managed to pick up Aiden as well for that cheap fee. I think it goes up to about 13 million once we've paid the add-ons that I've got for him, but he's our skipper as well now. He's absolutely brilliant in that role. Cittadini clips it to Rick Emley, but he's not a big lad. Rick Emley not going to win his headers, needs it at his feet, and that's a great ball. Guindo down this left hand side. Evan Ferguson get in the box. It doesn't need him. Window. That might be his first goal for Sheffield Wednesday. I'm not sure he's scored before. No, that is his first goal, and that is brilliant from the big man at left back. Aiden, look at that pass. Ferguson got himself in the box as well if needed, but Guindo fires us in to a 2-0 lead. As we are approaching half time now with this 2-0 lead. We've had 70% of the ball, brilliant in possession. What a 45 minutes, you've blown them away is what I've said to the lads. And we come out for this second half now, and hopefully we can see this through. Everyone's playing well. I think Carboni's the only one who seems to be not quite on it, and we may look to bring him off in a minute when we've seen this corner out. Oh, we've not seen it out because Kerr Smith, the big man, has headed it 2-1 and brought West Ham back into this game. Gonna make that change now. Let's get Carboni off and we'll have a look at Goffey. Let's get him on. Phillips, Cittadini, comfortably playing it around the back as West Ham try and press us. Let's hope we don't mess up here, because at times we do run things close, but I guess that's the risk we take. It's worked for us most of the season. Goffey does well. Jengar has been caught on the ball. Alex Scott. Smith goes long. Can the big men get on it? Cittadini does. Ferguson now. Guindo. Cittadini. Aiden. Phillips. Lovely football from Wednesday. Jengar. Get your ball in the box. He does. Evan Ferguson! Doesn't matter that he's been quiet. He hasn't seen much of the ball, but when he does, the big man has done it. Lovely football from Wednesday there. Jengar to Ferguson. And that's 3-1. Approaching the 90 minutes now. Approaching full time. I think we've done it. 3-1 we have. We have done the double. In our 3rd season in the Premier League, in our 5th season as manager of Sheffield Wednesday, we've done it. We've lifted the Premier League and the FA Cup in the same season. What a fantastic side. And now we have got Champions League football to look forward to. Retaining the title might be a big ask, because this is just unbelievable to even consider us as champions. Thanks to all you FM legends out there who have continued watching my save. My channel's been growing. It's a very new channel. I'm really enjoying making these videos and delivering them for you. But please smash that like button. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. We've won the Premier League. We've won the FA Cup. If that doesn't deserve a like, I don't know what does. You're all FM legends, and I'll see you all in the next one.